good morning and welcome back after a long period away. Mr. Harris is now back doing Numberside and back doing videos again, and he's very excited to be able to see you all again and to work with you and do explore the world of maths again. We're going to go back to Numberside, the town that maths built, and we've got three different people to talk to you today who've each got some problems they need you to help them with. If you haven't already, get your mums, dads, or whoever looks after you to print out the workbook that is in the description below. If they've come from the Facebook page, the workbook is also linked there, because the workbook is something you work through as you're going through the video. There will also be at least one point where you'll want to pause the video in order for you to do the activity, because there's no point me spending 30 seconds or 45 seconds just sitting here going while we're waiting for you to do a task. So what I'll do is I'll tell you, pause the video now, and what you then do is pause the video, do the activity, and then when you finish the activity, you'll be able to come back and press play and see how you got on. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, we're going to head straight over to Numberside now. So as we arrive over in Numberside, there's all sorts of people ready to talk to you. We've got Reme Memba, who's in charge of memory in the town. Now, he's a very eccentric man, which means he can come across as slightly crazy, but he's got an activity to help you with your memory today, because we're doing things all about 5s and 10s, and he's got a memory game to play with you. Then we're going to go and talk to Phil Looring, who is the head of the Plaza flooring. He's got a puzzle for you. And finally, we've got the watchmakers come with a bit of an organisation problem. So, first of all, Remy, are you there? Come in, Remy. Hello! Hi, I am Reme Memba, and I'm here to help with your memory. I was going to do it last week, but I forgot. So my main thing I am going to do today is I have a game for you to play. We are talking about 5s and 10s, and we have in the next slide we have a special memory tray. On the memory tray, there's lots of things that have 5s and 10s. All you have to do is you have to pause the video and then try to remember all the things you see on the video. Because I am going to go, you will see the tray, but only for 30 seconds. And then the tray will go away. Now, if you are very, very young, mummies and daddies may want to pause the video and go back and watch it again if you want to, if you're struggling to remember them all. I am going to give you 30 seconds to see the video. What you're going to do is you're going to try and remember all the things, and then at the end you stop, and then you start writing them down. Don't write them down when you can see them. Only do it when you are trying to remember. You're trying to use your memories and try and think, what is that? Make a silly story in your mind to help you remember all the things. I will also read out the things while we can see them, but you can then come back and see, what can you remember? Can you remember what you saw? Can you remember what you heard? I'll tell you what they are now. I'm going away now. Poof! Are we ready? Here they are. We have a 5 balloon, 5 gold rings, 5 on a playing card, 10 little ducks, a wooden block 10, a 5 pool ball, a 5 car, a 10 football shirt, a 5 cake, and a 10 house sign. You know, the sign that comes on the front of the house. These are all the things for you to remember. You have already had 10 seconds. You have only 10 more seconds to go. Remember, mums and dads and people caring can pause the video if they need a bit longer. Do not write anything down yet. You are going to write it down afterwards. Ready? And stop looking at the board. And I'm back. Haha! Now, pause the video and write down as many things as you can think of. Pause the video now. And come back. It was like you were never gone. Did you get them all? How many did you manage? I played this game earlier and I managed to remember 2 things. That is because I'm the head of memory, so I'm an expert. So let's go and see, what did you remember? On the next slide we will show you. Here they are. Yes, that's right. Did you have the balloon? I don't know. Oddly, my accent sometimes sounds a bit Welsh and I'm not from Wales. That's weird, isn't it? Anyway, we've got the gold coins. We have the 5 of cards. We have the 5 of spades, the card. We have 10 ducks. We have 10 wood block. We have the 5 pool ball. We have the 5 racing car. The 5 birthday cake. The 10 football shirt and a 10 on the house. How many did you write down on your list? Well done if you managed to get more than 3 or 4, because that's more than me. But well done if you managed to get 8, 9 or 10. That's really good memory skills. Okay, let's move on. After this activity, you see, I'd like you to speak to my friend Phil Looring. Now, Phil Looring is in charge of construction, and he has a few things that need a few problems, because I believe he'll tell you all about it. But I believe his delivery, he's in charge of sorting out the pavement, and it hasn't gone well. Let's see. Are you there, Phil Looring? Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I'll hand you over now. Hey up. How are you today? Now, I've got a bit of a problem. I need some help. I'm going to be honest with you. I've got a delivery and I've got to sort the flooring all out. I've got my builders all there and I've gone to sort it out. And let me first of all show you what we're trying to do. This is a plaza, you see. Here it is. I'll get out the way of it. Here's the futuristic plaza we're aiming for in Numberside. And as you can see, it's beautiful, and they've got all these paving stones, and you've got these lovely fountains in the middle. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to have a section with all the 5 times table. That goes near 5 Tower. And 5 Tower, what am I talking about? The 5 building. And then near 10 Tower, we've got another set of paving. And we were hoping it would just slot together. Now, what it was going to be a square grid of the 5 times table and a square grid of the 10 times table. But look what they sent me. They sent me all these bits. Now, what you're going to need to do is cut them out and then put them all together to complete the little puzzles. But I don't even know which one goes on which place. I was never any good at the 5 times table or 10 times table. So when you cut them out, you're going to have to work out which bits go with which bits to complete the tables. When you've done that, you can stick them down. Now remember, the one thing I do remember when I was at school, the 10 times table, they all end in 0. It goes 10, 20, 30, 40. I'm nearly there. I'm remembering it, you see. They all end in 0, but the 5 times table, they go 0, then 5, then 0, then 5, then 0, then 5. They do. So we can have all the ones ends with 5 in them. They must be in the 5 times table. Could you pause the video, cut out, and reassemble, and then come back when you've finished it? Now, if you're super clever and you've managed that really quickly, why not make your own Plaza board? Make one for the 8 times table or a different one. See if you can make a Plaza, because we're going to need them for all the towers, to be honest. But I just got this one recently. But if you can make your own puzzle, that'll be even better. Anyway, that's me done. Now, I've got someone else who needs to talk to you, but he's a little bit eccentric and busy all the time because he's the watchmaker, and he's always trying to sort himself out and get things organised, but he's terrible at organising. Let's go back and see if he's around. Are you there, Al? Hello. Sorry, I was just sorting out... I just need to do an adjustment. I'll be with you in a second. Can you see this? You see, I needed to fix this one to 10 past, you see. And but what I've done is I've got the big hand and never mind, I'll explain it properly in a minute. I think, let me just 2 seconds. Yes, it sounds like the ocean. I can hear the ocean in that clock, so it sounds very good. I can hear a constant tick tock. I love hearing the tick tock going on there. I call it I was going to do a video of me dancing to it and put it on TikTok. Anyway, so let me just put that to one side. Now, the problem I've got is this. You see, I have got all my clocks, and they need to be sorted. And I've got a set that need to be wound on. They're at 10:2, and then some at 5:2, and some at 5 past, and some at 10 past. And I need them to be sorted out into grouping them together. But to do so, let me just explain what I mean. Let me go from the screen a second, because you see this one is 10 past. You can see there's a big line and a small line. Now the big line, you see, is pointing at the 2, and that is called 10 past because all the little notches, that's 10 little notches after the 12. If the big line, we call it the big hand, if the big hand is pointing at the 2, that's 10 past. We can also see if the big line was pointing at the 1, it would be 5 past. And if it's pointing at the 11, that is 5:2. So we would call that one 5:2. And if for the ones we're doing today, if it points at the 10, we would call that 10:2. So we're looking for the big line. It doesn't, you can see here the little line is pointing at 4, and it doesn't matter really, because we're just looking for 10:2, 5:2, 5 past, and 10 past. And you can see I've got this interactive activity I can show you. Let me see if I can bring it up on my computer, because I've never been so good at these things. They confuse. I get very muddled by them all, these newfangled computer screens. Let me see if I can just have a look at what's going on here. Okay, now you can see here we've got the clock I showed you. Now, if I wanted to do 5 past, it would, oh, you see it moves, the big hand moves to the 5 past. It points at the 1. Now, I did say to you we can also have a 5:2, so we can have 55, and there you go. The big hand has moved to point to the 11 for 5:2, and finally, we're going to look at the final one. Here we go. You can see it's 10:2 here, and you can see that's because it's pointing at the 10, and there's 10 little minutes. And you can see I can now use my cursor, and I can show you. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. You see, and that's how these work. So what I've got is a page of some clocks. You see, and I'd like you, if you could please, just to work out which ones go together. Which ones are the 10:2s? Which ones are the 5:2s? Now, if you're super clever, then please write the times underneath the clocks as well. Could you write down the time? So this one, as well, you can see it's 4:50 because it says so here, but how will we know? And the reason we know this is because the small hand has gone past the 4. We would call this 10 to 5 because it's nearly at the 5. The little one's still at 5, so it's called this 10 to 5. Now, obviously this is an extension. Some of you will just want to find the 10:2s and the 5:2s and the 5 past and the 10 past. If you could sort them for me, that'd be very helpful. Some of your mums and dads might allow you to copy it, and you can then cut them out, you see, and put them in different piles. Thank you very much for your help. I've got loads of things to do. I need to get back to this clock. I'm sure it's not quite working properly because it doesn't look quite right, you see. And so I'm going to go back to the clock. Thank you so much for all the people you've helped today, and good luck on with getting all your tasks done. I have been Armclock. You haven't, and so good day to you, and see you on another day. Another day, really. So yes. Let's see if we can just move on and say goodbye properly. Goodbye. Thank you to everyone who's joined us. Again, there'll be another video coming on in a couple of days' time. I hope you've enjoyed it. Feel free for parents, carers, anyone who looks after you, to leave some feedback. If you have enjoyed it, I'd love to see some photos of you doing your Numberside work. Put them on the Facebook group. It is Mr. Harris School of Maths Facebook group. Join there, you'll get updates, you'll get notifications and things of when of the timetable. If you haven't found the timetable already, please do check that out. And until another day, goodbye.